Today's story was written by Reddit user Going Over That Cliff. After centuries of effort, hard work and sacrifices, I finally did it. The most powerful summoning ritual ever conceived. With this one, I will finally lay doom to the elves' kingdoms and smash the dwarf fortresses, burn the beastmen colonies and destroy the fairy cities. Nothing will stand in our wake. We will avenge the demon lord, said the old goblin, covered in a black, dirty and worn robe, adorned by some creepy tribal ornaments. All around him, in the depths of a dark cave, were gathered all the shamans and sorcerers that could make it to this important meeting place. They all answered the great shaman's call to help him set in motion the plan against the 4 fair races that has been brewing for many generations. Centuries have passed since the hero's party soundly defeated the demon lord, sealing him away from this world, but the spirit of his followers has never faded. For years we have been hiding like rats away from the light of the sun, operating only under the feeble glare of the moon. But now our time has come. I have finally found a way to summon into our reality creatures so powerful and so frightening that the 4 races spent the better part of a century trying to eradicate them from this world. Millennia and millennia ago, a being so existentially dangerous that forced them to gather under one banner for the first and last time in history, just to fight them off. An entity so intrinsically scary that every mention or name of it has been banned from books and even folklore. His speech rekindled the fire of revenge in every soul who heard it. In a terrific choir, all the goblins started to sing in their mother tongue, all praising the demon lord and his progeny, those who once upon a time laid ruin and waste to the arrogant high races. Join me, brothers and sisters. We shall call forth the Knight of Death, the Master of War and Mind of Destruction, the Painter of Bloodshed, the Ruler of Chaos. The Demon Lord's first sons will avenge their father and all the younger brethren. Ending his speech, he turned away from the sinister crowd and started heading down a lightless corridor whose end is not blessed by the frail glow of the torches. As the dark mob of goblins started to move towards the fated room, one of the younger shamans dared to ask what everyone was secretly wondering in the privacy of their mind. "O great elder, may I ask what we are about to summon? I ask you out of curiosity. Whatever it is, I will assist you, even if it costs my life." Amongst the quiet murmurs of uncertainty and wonder, under the obscure light of the cave's enigmatic crystals, the old goblin smirked, seemingly having predicted this question. Even if those insolent interbreds tried their best to hide the past, I was fated to find some reliable information about the first children of our Lord, the ones who drove the bastards into a corner. They were shorter than the high elves, but taller than the high dwarfs, weaker than lizard men, but stronger than rabbit people, but they possessed a limited magic affinity, and this is what is being said to have set their doom. But above all, what scared all the fair races was their spirit and their brains, still unrivaled after all these years. Everyone's imagination ran wild as they started to theorize what those creatures must have looked like. But that's not all. Through a revolutionary dream, the demon lord enlightened me. Those were simply his younger offsprings, inferior in all regards to their elder ones, creatures he has been lovingly educating and looking after even before the creation of this world. He took note of the failures and flaws of the ones he sent to aid us in our struggle, and now he deemed us worthy to welcome and serve under his preferred sons and daughters, the ones we are about to summon. They will destroy the realms of those who meant us harm. The younger Pro was just a test, a previous iteration of the final creation. They were called homunculi. Now, let's not waste any more precious time. Follow me to the summoning chamber." As the small group was walking in the deserted and ominous caves, a warrior goblin, bloodied, injured, and almost breathless, came running and shouted, "Elder, it's terrible! The heroes of the 420th generation are raiding the catacombs. It's only a matter of time until they find this secret cave. We must get you out of here." The goblin simply brushed it off and kept walking. "No, all our work is here. I've been running my whole life. I will run no more. Shamans, follow me. We will summon the first children. We will summon our saviors." Finally entering a distinctively elegant room, almost too elegant to have been crafted by goblins, the group of inky clothed silhouettes started to recite magical spells and prepare sacrifices worthy of the demon lord. Lastly, they put 5 items in the middle of the enigmatic circle, drawn on the floor: a knife for the warrior, a pen for the researcher, a magnifying glass for the general, and a blank canvas for the artist, and a bag of money for the politician. Strangely enough, nothing was left for a possible magician. Just as everything was ready to go, the 420th hero party barged into the room, weapons drawn and with a murderous intent. "What are you doing, you wicked fox?" screamed the half-elf ranger as she drew her bow ready to strike. "That's a summoning circle. I've never seen something with an aura as evil as that. We must stop them," shouted the lizard-men priest. As a fierce but short-lived battle ensued between the few goblin guards and the intruders, the shamans quickly started the ritual. Given the long preparation and commitment, the heroes could not slaughter them all in time to prevent the successful activation of the circle. It was then that a bright light emanated from the magic construct on the ground with a devilish red glare. As the room started to tremble and the ceiling was about to give in, the heroes fell into despair. "What have you done? What have you summoned?" Almost on his dying breath, as he was reached by the ranger's arrow, the old shaman can only smile as his blood stains his teeth. "Ah ha ha, you bastards! We have called here 5 of the Lord's first sons. They will massacre all of you and pay you back for what you did to us." With a terrifying rumbling sound, as if unleashing the energy of a wild thunder, a mysterious force released a shockwave that sent everything and everyone flying, as 5 humanoid figures now stand in the middle of the now obscure room, surrounded by dust and small floating debris that are slowly and elegantly falling to the ground. Almost hysterical, the high elf mage started to tremble at the mere sight of what was before them, as if he was living his worst nightmare. "Oh, no, it can't be. We killed them all 3,000 years ago." He hesitantly stuttered, turning towards the old dragon-skin warrior looking for approval, hoping in every way to be wrong in his assumptions. "No, those are something even worse. They are taller, stronger, and my instinct tells me they are smarter. I, as well, have lived under the assumption that after the great battle of the 5 races, I would have never seen one of those monsters again, and that was true until now. But these ones are by far a greater threat. I can feel it. A greater menace than all the homuncular armies combined. We need to terminate them right now." Without further delay, the mage recollected himself and prepared to cast his most powerful spell, hoping to take out as many of them as possible in one single hit. "What is this? I can't feel the presence of Mother Earth, nor the flow of mana. I can't cast any spells," shouted out in desperation. "What have you done, you wretches? Have you set up an anti-magic field?" asked the dwarf smith to the almost dead shaman, who was busy not choking in his own blood to reply. But he did not need to wait long for an answer, as a high elf spoke out in horror. "No, this is not an anti-magic field. When one is active, I can feel the mana being held and sealed. Now I simply don't feel a thing. I can't feel any magic around us." With the last of his strength, hysterically laughing, the old goblin announced to his sworn enemies, who they had the misfortune to find themselves before, the results of his whole long life's work. You have failed. For 6 years I've been meticulously preparing for their arrival. They are the demonly leaders. They will lead the demonic armies and bring a new era to this world, an era of peace and prosperity built on your blood and despair. They are the eldest children of the Demon Lord, improved and perfected over the flawed homunculi. Praise them. Praise the 5 demonly generals. Praise the humans. Shocked by the revelation of the second coming of the Demon Lord's descendants, they immediately assume a defensive formation. "Tell me, you bastard, why is magic not working?" yelled the lizard man out loud in anger and frustration. Creatures made for a purpose, but made with love. Beings of emotion, strength, and spirit. It was foretold to me in my prophetic dreams. They are rational beings. They are immune to unexplainable phenomenon and uncomprehended laws, such as mana and sorcery, something no one really knows how they work. They are reality. No, they are the embodiment of reality, of rationality and critical thinking. They are anchors of reality in a sea of fiction. When in their presence, magic simply does not work, as mana does not exist. Like a flame that erodes the darkness, everything that does not have a proper explanation is shined away, and the only thing that remains is their form of magic, a universal occurrence called science. Only science will stand, ever complex, but knowable, infinitely expansive, but explorable. And now that the heralds of the Demon Lord, the preferred children of rationality, have come to this plane of existence, your magic means nothing, as the deafening sound of progress sweeps throughout this cruel world. They will avenge us, said the shaman, as the light of life finally left his eyes, as the goblins and trolls converge into the summoning room, summoned by the echoes of combat, led by the 5 generals of reality. They quickly encircle the trespassers. The hero's party can do nothing but try to find shelter behind the Cyclops shield, without the aid of magic. "Stay behind me. We will make it. We always do," said the tank, as he positioned his shield between them and the army of evil. The human warrior signals to the greenish monsters to stand down as he steps forward to introduce himself. "I am the embodiment of combat, be it hunting, survival, or just a simple taste for blood. One of you must live to bring a message to the 4 races. Now, you choose," said, pointing at the group cowardly hiding behind the large shield. "Fuck you, monster. Go, my friends. Run. I will deflect their attacks as long as possible," shouted the Cyclops, fully embracing his imminent demise. "Parry this, you filthy casual." "So, you are the last one alive," spoke the fat embodiment of politics in the ears of the bloodied one-eyed giant. Go tell your people that they will need a 421st Heroes Party, and then tell them it will not be enough. Nothing will be enough."